okay, you could do it. Thirdly, the island territory itself have to now put together new structures, expand its leave its comfort zone of island territory and take on more responsibilities. So that has been the interplay of the three things. On your question with regards to the people being informed, now what I'm going to say is not a cop-out. I've tried as minister throughout the last 3.5 years to give information. I have published a newsletter. I have been on TV, radios, and all that, and so I've tried. I recognize, however, that's why I say it's not a cop-out, that it's not been sufficient. In my idea of giving information, it's twofold. One way, you give information as to what's going on. A law passed, what this law is all about, what we're doing, what we had at meeting, for instance, etc. And on the other hand, the participation of the people. And one thing I've been very critical about is how much people of St. Martin have been participating in the process. Because, for instance, in creating country St. Martin, we have to make a new constitution. My opinion has been is that the government has not done enough to have, not just tell the people, oh, I bring this for you, or I give this for you, I made this for you. No, a constitution is something that the common man has a right to say, well, I don't like Article 29, write it this way, write it that way. That discussion, that dialogue, to me, wasn't done sufficiently. That's the difference between giving information and participation. We've had several laws, because what we call them the organic laws. There were like 41 pieces of legislation that the island territory prepared for itself for when you go into countries in Martin, you'd have your thing. Because one of the things that people talk about, the island regulation, the EDNA, that's going to disappear. In its place comes a constitution of St. Martin, made by St. Martin. Now, the process has passed and that document is basically ready. The Island Council, I don't think has approved it yet, but has to approve it, formally speaking. But the fact that the Island Council approved it is nice, legal. But in terms of information for the public, I would have liked to see that the public would have had a discussion. So you keep a couple of town hall meetings in which you give a draft of the Constitution, you distribute it, and the people give their opinion, whether they like a particular article or not. There's certain topics that are still running around that somebody asked me about homosexual marriages. That issue, for instance, has been put to bed legally in the Antilles already. Should it rise up again, as far as I'm concerned, there's no need. But I know there's certain parts of the population that have an interest in it and want to discuss it. Now, they can't, democracy refuse to discuss anything, Another thing that has comes to mind is, are the jail sentences that we are getting nowadays, are they relevant to the crime? Is society happy with that? Now, that's a usually delicate thing, because we usually don't mess with the legal part, the judges, and which is that. On the other hand, my contention is, wait a minute, as a politician, the executive branch, I have to give account to the people. Parliamentary part has to give account. To my fact, they're going to go through elections. The court, as a third layer, the third pillar, has to also, in some form or fashion, give account for their work in the society. So the court's decisions have to match what the society wishes. The court can't say, well, society, you backward, and I think I will only give 2 years for rape, and while you saying 15. No, then the judge is wrong. Now, the dialogue of, are we happy with the sentences? Are we happy with how the court is ruling in terms of, I'm not being wide now, I'm just talking a good example, let's say, sentences, because that's what people have spoken to me about. We need to have that dialogue. Part of the constitutional process, yes, but it could be part of the process later on also. Another thing that we have, tax system. They've been grumbling and griping about tax system. I hear some politicians talking about, they're going to repeal the turnover tax.